Hi everyone. Our next story is from r/bestofredditorupdate. Me, 28 female, and boyfriend, 30 male. My boyfriend erased the whiteboard I had my novel timeline on for 3 years. Original post is from user/10tiafont. Trigger warning: emotional abuse, controlling behavior, property damage. Original post, August 2, 2017. I have been working on a novel for about a year. I write every day, even if it's just a sentence. 6 months ago, my college switched to smart boards and threw all their whiteboards in the garbage. I grabbed 2 because I have a huge wall space open in my living room. Most of my writing is done on Google Drive, but I have things like character personalities, names, places, and a general timeline written out on the boards, stuff I want to remember. I used to take photos of it so I had my ideas with me. I'd write on my lunch break, but I stopped because it burned me out and my writing quality took a dive. Plus, my boyfriend helps me write, and it's a deep way for us to connect. I haven't taken a photo of the boards in about 3 months. They're nice because I can read my notes from across the room while sitting in my favorite chair. Last night, I got home and found all my stuff erased. Everything was train of thought, like coming home and jotting something down. Handwriting is way more cathartic for me. I had sketches and other things for the novel on there. I'll have to try and remember every single thing on it. A lot of it is stored in my head or on Google Drive, but some things are lost forever. But it's the fact that he erased it. We don't even live together. He told me I've been focusing too much on the novel and have no time for him. We hang out at my house 5 to 6 nights a week. I write while he plays video games. It's a good dynamic, and I thought we both enjoyed it. We're always laughing. He helps me with wording, and I Google things to help him in his game. This is the first time he's mentioned that it bothers him. If he'd brought it up, we could have talked about it, but instead, he went nuclear, and I have no idea why. I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. We've only had one serious argument before, about his driving, and he got better. My family took him on vacation a few weeks ago. We watch his nephew all the time. His family paid for my entire spring semester. We're so much a part of each other's lives, and I feel hurt and heartbroken. He's my muse. Just the other day, we went to the jewelry store to look at rings. My feelings rotate between rage, sadness, confusion, sorrow, anger, everything. How do I even approach this? Last night, I was so upset I asked him to leave. He hasn't texted, called, or stopped by since. I keep trying to type questions to ask him but keep erasing them. Why did you do it? Are you unhappy with our relationship? What did I do? I'm even more heartbroken because he hasn't contacted me all day. I'm afraid to call him. I don't want to hear him say he thinks we should break up or that he doesn't want to be with me when I'm writing. Or worse, ignore my call altogether. TLDR. I'm totally lost, heartbroken, and angry. How do I possibly handle this? Top comment from 4beats. Holy crap. As a fellow writer, I'd be livid if I were you. This is the first time he's mentioned it bothering him. If this is true, and he jumped straight to sabotage, this is messed up. It's cruel regardless, because I'm sure your boyfriend knows how important this work is to you. Like, for him to not try to talk to you about this after 3 years is mind-boggling. Who does this? Text him the dreaded "we need to talk" message. Ask him when he's available and have him come over to use his words like an adult. Also, take his key away, or change your locks if you don't want to be that upfront about it. He lost his privileges. To be honest, though, in all sincerity, I don't know if this is something I could move past. It comes off as so cruel. He knew exactly what he was doing and chose to go into your home when you weren't there because he knew it was wrong. He either knows he messed up, or he feels justified, and that's why he hasn't reached out to you. I'm shocked and appalled on your behalf. OP. Relevant comments. From the _darkest_beer. This was an unbelievably messed up way to deal with his feelings. I hate your boyfriend right now. Remember in Little Women when Amy burned Joe's book because Joe wouldn't let her come to the theater? That was pretty awful, but Amy was a child, and she grew up to be better. Your boyfriend can't even do better than the most hated March sister. He's showing you that when he doesn't get his way, he will punish you by destroying what you care about. This isn't an isolated incident, it's an important piece of information about his character. From Bubblegum Cannibal. This is really messed up. As another fellow writer, I honestly would have broken down. That's so much work just gone, just because you wanted to focus on your passion? It's ridiculous. Honestly, if it were me, I'd have to fistfight the guy after I'd stopped crying over the destroyed work. Going with what 4beats said, definitely take his key away. There's no doghouse or you can earn this back. Personally, I've been in this situation. Someone used my old novella notebooks in a grill fire. I've never accepted their apology, and that person isn't even a friend anymore. Not saying you should dump him or cut ties completely. Oh, not at all. However, There absolutely needs to be a conversation about this relationship. If he can't handle you being immersed in something you've poured years into, something you love, then he's not ready to date any kind of creator. It's scary that he honestly thought destroying something important to you was the solution. But when you're ready, try to retrace your steps. Rebuild your world. New things might even come out of it. Keep your head up, friend. You've got this. Original poster reply: he stood there, and he seemed so, I don't know, proud, happy, vindicated. I've only had my jaw drop once before in my life, to that ventriloquist girl on America's Got Talent, lol. I didn't even realize it was an actual feeling. But last night, my jaw dropped right before I blanked out and woke up face down on my bed, asking him to leave. Update from OP, 3 months later. Holy cuss, you guys, I'm absolutely overwhelmed. I'm not even sure what to say. I asked a girlfriend if I could come over and talk, so we're getting some wine and pizza. It's been about 3 months since I made my post. This somehow turned out really long. The night I posted, I went to a friend's house. She ordered pizza, we got ice cream, and opened a bottle of wine. She's a straight shooter who takes a neutral approach and gives solid relationship advice, so I felt comfortable talking to her about everything. She couldn't figure out why he'd done it. We went over how he and I hung out and how much he seemed to care about me. How we looked into each other's eyes. But it also revealed a lot of hesitation on my part. I'm a positive person who tends to forgive faults, or overlook them. I suspect it's some sort of coping method from my childhood. We had unresolved issues that I think he was holding in. When I'd bring them up, he'd just get salty and say, "It's fine, I don't care anymore," but then bring them up in arguments. I didn't realize how toxic it was. That same night, I told him I'd come over the next day to talk. I told him I'd be there around 11. All he texted back was okay. I didn't reply. When I got to his house at 11, he was still asleep. He got upset when I woke him up. It took the wind out of my sails. Normally, I cry when I'm upset, but I was so angry and heartbroken I couldn't think straight. I left without saying a word. He didn't follow me. On my way out, I went to the kitchen and took my house key from his key ring. I drove home in a daze, collected all his things, put them in a box on my porch, and texted him to come get them. He replied, "What the hell? That's fine. I'll come by later and pick them up." I went out with some girlfriends, got day drunk, and had amazing food. It helped, but when I got home and saw that his stuff was gone, I felt heartbroken all over again. I never texted him, and he never texted me. I got no closure at all. People say closure is BS, but I've had such a hard time moving on. It's been 3 months, and I still cry in the shower sometimes. Even though I broke up with him, I feel so confused and heartbroken. I'll likely never know why he did what he did. I miss his help and companionship. I'd love to say I've finished my book, but I haven't written much since. I can't get into my characters' heads anymore. There's this feeling of loneliness and grief, but that's helped me create a better outline. I just can't write about my characters yet. The other day, I went to a bookstore to study and ended up looking at books about time travel. I found one with thousands of positive reviews. My novel is science fiction, and I've been thinking about incorporating time travel, so it lined up perfectly. It turns out a lot of my ideas mirror theoretical physics. It's eerie. I've never taken physics or read about it before. Suddenly, string theory and cosmology make sense to me. It's blowing my mind, and it's so weird that so much of my plot connects with concepts that have been studied in depth. This book lit a fire under me. Reading more about these concepts has helped me flesh out my plot. I can't put it down and read about 20 pages a night. I haven't made time to sit and read a book in years. Now, I always have a notebook with me to jot down ideas. I haven't written about my characters yet, but my passion is back, and my plot is starting to make sense. I don't care as much about how we broke up anymore. I'm not confused. I still get sad sometimes, at night, during the day, or when I make prolonged eye contact with a guy. I haven't thought about dating. I'm too hurt to pursue it, but every day, I move on a little more. I want to thank everyone who gave me advice. I forgot about my post until now, and rereading it made me realize how seriously messed up it all was. It gave me closure. Thank you.